murder of his son after police found the child's remains in the family's freezer back in 2021.
8 News reporter Sierra Krug was in court again today. She joins us live with the latest. Sierra, good evening.
Well, Eric, Deanna, the courthouse itself is now closed, but the trial is still going on inside. One of the most highly anticipated witnesses took the stand today. Kassceen Weaver spoke about how she and her estranged husband, the defendant, were both thrilled to start a family. But she also touched on her husband's frustration with their now deceased son, Adon. She said that the frustration often led to spankings or hits with a belt, adding Adon was, quote, slow and seemed to miss several developmental milestones like speaking and walking. She also recalled the evening of Adon's death in October 2018 when her husband called her panicking, saying, quote, he's not breathing, and begging Dina to come home from her job at a local pharmacy. She said the father performed CPR, something he had seen Dina do in another incident just 9 days prior when Adon cried so hard he lost consciousness. The boy was not taken to an emergency room in either situation. Dina got teary-eyed and shared how during that second incident, the one that ultimately preceded Adon's death, she begged they take him to a nearby hospital, but Kassceen allegedly refused, fearing staffers would see the child's bruises and take away their oldest son, Liam. CPR came up again just a few moments ago when a medical examiner indicated Adon's body had several rib fractures, which a medical professional says could be caused by CPR chest compressions, which again we're told Kassceen did perform in Adon's last moments alive. But it's essentially impossible to confirm the direct cause. Adon also had 2 skull fractures, and the expert who performed his autopsy reported he believes the cause of the child's death to be blunt force trauma. Just now, defense asked about the timeline for when those fractures could have occurred. The medical professional did not give a specific time frame, but indicated they could be up to 10 months old. The trial will continue tomorrow, and we're told prosecution plans to redirect and follow up about that timeline.
Man, we back with another crazy story out of Virginia about this ex-Richmond basketball star now been accused of murdering his young son. This is another crazy situation because the defense got answers for everything. The little boy was found in a freezer 2 years after he was murdered. And I'm talking about the defense has so much crazy circumstances on why the ex-star killed his son. It's another crazy situation because he was a stay-at-home father. The kids didn't go to school. He was everything. Seemed like in this family, he controlled everything. The money goes in, everything going out. He controlled every aspect of this little family's life, including getting angry, beating on his son, and killing his young son. Like I said, this is another crazy situation where you got a man accused of killing his son now on trial. And his son sat there for 2 years inside the house, inside a freezer. The defense team gonna talk about they was keeping him there until they bought a house. Then they was gonna bury him in the backyard. Like, come on now. Who says that, or who even think about something like this? That's why we got graveyards and cemeteries. Don't nobody bury nobody's family in their backyard. See, that's why I say we're in our last days. You got parents killing their own kids, their own blood, and then trying to cover the scene up, the crime. It don't make no sense. But like I said, he stayed at home all day long. Everything that went out, that came in, he was control of. His wife worked, the mother of the child. But the father stayed at home. It's crazy how you can have a great life, everything seemed to be good, and then a tragic happened. But the whole time everything seemed to be good, and y'all look like a normal family in the neighborhood, you done killed your young son and then put him in the garage in the deep freezer for 2 years. And the mother was initially charged, but the charges were dropped. Because allegedly she had been beat on and forced and manipulated and everything like that throughout the relationship. He was control of everything. But like I said, this don't make no sense. He was an ex-basketball star in the 90s. Decent career in college. But at the end of the day, you judge in life by a whole body of work from start to finish. Not what you did in between after you done took somebody's life. But like I said, this is another crazy story. This ex-star on trial right now. I doubt he beat it. It's too much evidence. Too much lying going on. Justice will get served for this young child. It's been a long awaited for somebody to be held accountable for this young child's death. And all the parents trying to do is run around and play the blame game. When you take somebody's life, you can't play the blame game on why it happened or what happened. Under no circumstances. But like I said, this trial gonna end with him getting 30 to 60 years in prison. Like I said, there's too much evidence against him. They not denying that he murdered his young son. They just trying to justify the crime, which don't make no sense. And further let you know that we in our last days, when people think you can kill somebody, anybody, and get away with it, or come up with an excuse on why it happened. It just don't make no kind of sense. But these the days we living in. But like I said, prayers goes out to the family that was hurt about the young boy being killed, strangled and tortured, blunt force to the skull. It's crazy what this little young boy went through. But like I said, we in our last days. Prayers goes out to the family. Justice will be served. Let me know what y'all think about this crazy story. We out.